Wow. What up, y'all? It's your boy DJ Rooster back at it again for some more Rooster Talk. Fun fact. Did you know that most of the time when people say technically, they actually mean practically? It's one of my biggest pet peeves. People just say technically just because it feels good or sounds good to say right there. Because technically means by definition. Practically means in practice, as in a real life. There's like what's real in the book, then there's what's real in real life. So a lot of times, if you are in a situation and you're going to say, well, technically, when I'll say the well, technically, so well, technically you mean practically. All right. So if you're gonna well technically somebody, make sure you actually mean technically, as in by definition, as opposed to practically, as in practice. But that's your little thing for the day. But welcome back, y'all. This your boy DJ Rooster. Wake your ass up. You know the Wallace never sleeps, you hear me? So today we're going over some WNBA. I might cover some NBA later on, depending on how long this the thing goes. But before we start, we're gonna cover Seattle. You know me, I follow mostly Seattle, Indiana, and Atlanta. Really mostly Seattle. Mostly Seattle. That's really like the team I'll be following. I actually had some notes for the other two games. I didn't get to make the videos. It said my internet being jacked up, the cops got to come and there's a wire that's messed up and they got to Cox, man. I wish our Eric could get AT&T. I can't stand Cox. So like just even uploading anything, it takes forever and slows down my phone. So I have to be very selective on what I'm uploading. And going between here and it's been a whole thing. So let's go run over at least some of the notes from my Seattle Indiana Fever game. We're gonna cover over the Seattle game. We'll go over the Seattle game from last night. And if you want to skip around or if you want to see pretty much what I will be talking about throughout the video, I'm gonna have the timestamps down in the comments section, in the posted comments, the pinned comments, so you'll be able to skip around. So let's go start with Seattle Indiana Fever. That was a good ass game. You had to find a score. I mean, they brought it back. Now it was pretty big for some parts of the game, but it was a back and forth game kind of. So they apparently had the second best 3-point shooting, but that was an anomaly because the next two games after that, their shooting just plummeted. And I really think that might be from I didn't get to watch the last two because they have some shooters, but shooters go through slumps. Heidemann can shoot that bit. Flauje, she's still coming along as far as like being a shooter goes. But Lexi Brown's a sniper. And Dolson. Is it Dolson or Golson? I think it's Dolson. She can hit every now and then. We're gonna get to her and then again it just came up. But as far as the Fever goes, congratulations on Flauje. She graduated right before the game, like a day or so before the game or something, maybe that day. Congrats. Flauje doing a whole bunch. She's great. Like watching a few years, she got a lot going on. And when she scored the first point, I remember it was like she hit one of those spider moves. Her layup package is evolving crazy. Like her game is evolving at a rapid rate. So watching her in college just a few months ago, it feels like she had a whole NBA offseason. You know what I'm saying? Like it's wild. But I know she was struggling offensively, but just watching her movements and just watching the things she's doing. You know what I'm saying? Then Clark went to the bench. The offense stalled. Clark is a very odd basketball player. Like I said in my other video, Clark is very reminiscent of Trae Young, in a way. But because she brings so much value to the team, like she has those strong negatives, But because of her passing and just a certain thing she does, which is just so elite. Like, Caitlin Clark is one of the most elite finishers at the rim I've ever seen. Right? It's in any like basketball round. She don't miss layups at all. Left hand, right hand, left side, right side, like spinning around, like side, like, and it's just effortless. So many times in WNBA, a lot of these layups look like they force a lot of effort. Like, you gotta really work hard for them bitches. But nah, her layups are excellent. And I don't really hear anybody talk about that. They just talk about her dribbling, which her handles are nice, and her her long bombs. So she should really cut those out a little bit. Oh no, I think she should cut them back a little bit. But I really do like that as a weapon, as a threat that forces the defense to come out there if she can start hitting them. But because like Trae Young takes a lot of those too. Just like I said, her and Trae Young are pretty much like the same player. Of course, they got their own key differences, but yeah. But her little package is incredible. Like that's what more people need to talk about when they glaze. It's crazy how I'm like in the middle. They got the Caitlin Clark super fans. Then they got the people who like really tired of the whole Caitlin Clark thing. And then you got me who just like basketball and just call a spade a spade. So like if you actually watch her play, instead of just either glazing or hating her, yeah, she's probably the best layup maker in the league. So far, the best one I've seen so far on the limited time me watching this season. She don't miss layups. And that's a very powerful skill in the NBA. Which is why, she needs her. I guess that's why she said before she's more comfortable with the speed. Because, like, once she gets a step on you, she knows she's going to hit that bit. Still got to work on her defense. Her defense is getting a little better, but she got to work on it. But there was a play where, I know I wrote it in a note somewhere. But let's see if I get to it. There was a play where she tried to ISO Flauje. Flauje locked up, yours, and I get that shit out of here. I'll get, okay, so ISO, all right, leave it alone. Hey, go ahead. Come here. Bloop, pop that bitch out, man. And she's like, yeah, what up? Man, Flauje on defense, like whatever, because she knows they be trying to pick on her defense, and she ain't be having it. Remember, they put Brittany Griner on her in the Connecticut game in the post and try to post her up, and she, boom, knocked that shit out. So, man, get the shit out of here. Locked up Brittany Griner in the post. I'm like, damn. I said, nah, don't try me. Don't try me. She's just struggling. See, she struggled in this game, and then she struggled in another Connecticut game. Struggled offensively, but she does a little bit of everything. Leah Boston is the first game she missed. Yeah, it's the first game she's ever missed. That was crazy. I forgot what she missed it with. I like Boston. I think a lot of those players that played overseas and played in Unrivaled, they're gonna see their game elevate to another level. Just playing more basketball and playing more high level basketball. Like Aaliyah Boston balled out. She gonna ball out this year. I said she was like low key my pick for the MVP. It'd be hard to win MVP when Caitlin Clark's on your team. They're always gonna want to give it to Caitlin Clark. But I think why it's hard because Caitlin Clark is a great player, and like I said, she's probably one of the best passers in the league. Very unique passer. Excuse me. I gotta stop eating right before I do. I have like a routine where I do the videos. I always like eat a big ass meal before I do the videos. Especially now that I've been editing more. Before I was, no take, like one take, no edits. You know what I'm saying? But I've been noticing that I be burping in my videos. Cause I ate good. Oh man, I've had some collard greens with the red beans and rice with the big ass little catfish. Put a little extra seed in that bit, put a little cumin, put a little paprika, chili powder, Tony Sashers. You know what I'm saying? I like cumin. Cumin's one of my favorites. So of course I gotta I do those spices and I do my green spices with a little thyme, a little oregano and Italian. That's like my trifecta. Italian seasoning, thyme, oregano. Even though I'm pretty sure thyme and oregano are already in Italian seasoning, but whatever. I'll do it anyway. But let's see what else we got. So I'm so tired of these announcers talking about freedom of movement. We get it. We get it. Shit. Every game I watch. It seems like there's only the same two announcers announce every game. How's that possible? Like, so I've been watching a lot of these games, and it's always the same two. This dude and this chick. Like, it's weird as hell. It's like, are they robots? Like, I've been going online and watching the full games. So not even just the national games. And it's like the same two people. That dynamic is hilarious. Like, he don't be knowing shit a lot of times. And he's just like the color commentator, you know what I'm saying? She'd be like correcting his dumb ass on shit. Like so they have a hilarious back and forth. But he's willing to say some shit. He's willing to say whatever. But like, he don't care, man. He'll call out the refs, he'll call out the players, coaches, he'll call out your mama if you had to. He's with a smile on his face. He's just saying matter of fact. Well, the old girl, she's, the analyst, why other guy's color commentator. But yeah, they keep talking about freedom of movement. Heidemann, yeah, this is the last game. I think Heidemann struggled in the game after this. I didn't get to see the Seattle Connecticut game, the first Seattle Connecticut game. Seattle something. No, see, they played somebody else because last night they played Seattle. They played them again too. I think they played them twice, 3 times. I don't know. I got Seattle and I got the latest one from last night. Okay. Indiana. Oh, no freedom movement. 8:22 left in the third. Lexi ran into a brick wall. Hey, Lexi Brown is a very odd player. Like, bruh, she can shoot that bitch so well. She's such an elite shooter. But she just does so much goofy shit, bro. Like, you can't even have her on the floor all the time. But no, not that's different, Lexi. But she did. I'm gonna get back at Lexi Brown. This was Lexi Hall. Lexi Hall ran into Melbourne that game, and Melbourne didn't even move. She's like a Dragon Ball Z character. Melbourne, they both went for the ball. Didn't even feel it. Didn't flinch at all. But Lexi just bounced off her. Lexi Hall, small ass. That was fucking hilarious. Oh no. Melbourne, she's a scrapper. Like, she's not that good, but she has her moments. I like her scrappiness. Yep, more freedom of movement. Another note talking about them bitching about or explaining the freedom of movement. Again, we get it. And Cunningham, Sophie Cunningham, she's becoming one of my favorite players. She just does everything. She can score a little bit, rebound, pass. She just does like the basketball plays, and she does a lot of the little gooning stuff. You know what I'm saying? Little here and there. She be hooking a little, but like very subtle. I mean, it's hard to explain it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like complete goons, but she has just the right amount of goon. All right, back before gooning meant what it does now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but she was like an old school goon. What's a goon to what goblin? Nothing. You ain't saying nothing. Also bullshit. Calling Dillard's Rodman. Something like that. Yeah, she's been fire. Blah blah. Let's see what else we got. Oh, Lexi Brown hit 200 threes in the Indiana Fever game. So congrats to Lexi Brown for hitting 200 threes. 22 of 22 from the free throw line. That is an absurd number for a WNBA game. Even for an NBA game, 100%. But still, I think that I forgot to look up the average free throw percentage in the WNBA, but I know it's lower. So 22 or 22 is absolutely fucking insane. And like, this is like late in the fourth, well midway through the fourth. And then they keep talking about Timothy or whatever, Timpson, Tyvin, whatever her name is. Hey, she really don't look that cold to me. The announcers keep talking about it. People keep saying, "Oh, bench this person for Tyvin's in." The Clark fans always want to bench somebody, put somebody else in. I don't know, but Timpson just doesn't seem that cold. She got her moments. She don't seem that cold. Not enough to be clamoring for. All right, Flauje movement and decision making looked good. Oh man, ladies, we got to put the ego aside. women always accuse dudes of having a masculine ego. But son, we need to lower the freaking rim. Like the game would be so much better if the rim was 9.5, just 5 inches. Man, Flauje got up one and man, she was so close to yamming that bitch. I'm like, why would you just want to take away a part of the game? Once again, it's ego because there is no basketball reason. Oh, you just want to see us like that? That's not even an argument. It's just because ego needs to be protected. You know what I'm saying? Confidence just is. Confidence just does its thing. Ego requires protection. So if you need to use these protective statements, like something like let's lower the rim, because either lower the rim or make the ball the same size as the NBA. I was like, I've had enough of these half-ass arguments. Can't have your cake and eat it too. Either increase the ball size and push the three-point line back like the NBA, or lower the fucking rim. Like the ball's already smaller. Like what you mean? So if that's really your argument, then make the basketball bigger. Then I know in between. So lower the rim. Fuck. I see there's so many close, I mean getting that build up. Even the announcers, well, when you get the breakaways, the energy just whoosh. It's an energy reading thing. I'm like, why would you want to deny people that? There is such a feeling of being able to go up and just yam that bitch. It's undescribable to somebody who's never done it before. You know? I've only yammed it like twice in my fucking life. You know what I'm saying? It was fire. Not really yam, but I got up there, got those little fucking fingers of that bitch. It's crazy. I was able to jump better when I was older, later on in my life. Because later on in my life, I learned more about the mechanics of the body. Man, if I could teach my younger self like the shit I learned as older, especially doing martial arts, boxing, kickboxing, pool, man, you got your plant leg, your action leg, man, and that's for everything. When you're shooting a game of pool, you keep your plant, your right, left arm firm, left leg firm. Angular momentum, all force rotates off of this axis. So now as I'm older, man, I'm so much more explosive since I understand how to use my legs way better. And I'm like, but it's just my body, my fucking my leg is jacked up. I pulled a fucking ligament rooting for the Saints. Oh man, we got our first win last year. That was my hey, I'm getting old moment. Oh man. I teach and how to handle. I used to dribble with my hands, you know what I'm saying? But I now understand, everything's about rotating on an axis, no matter what it is. Whether it's like throwing a punch, fucking a kick, you know what I mean? Fucking shooting pool, like fucking breaking. My breaks are nasty. I'm smashing that bitch. You keep that bitch firm, from all your force into it. Rotate that bitch, keep that shit tucked. Just like a punch, you keep that bitch tucked, rotate. Wow, smashing them bitches, Sherman. And that's for a layup. Boom. Keep that leg tight, explode off that back leg. Boom, boom. Man, if I could just teach my younger self some of this shit I learned, you know. But of course, I had to live life, you know what I'm saying, in order to learn this. I learned this, you know, different parts like military, you know what I'm saying. Just so happens, I was fucking wearing a shirt, you know what I'm saying. Synchronicity, crazy how life works. But anyway, I got way off track. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's part of the charm of the channel, I suppose, you know. That's the last one. Pretty much, yes. Women, get over your ego. We need to lower the rim because especially now we got so many more athletes. We'll be seeing so many more dunks and everybody get hyped up. So just let the girls dunk. Lower the rim to 9.5. It doesn't have to be 9.5. And y'all are pros. Y'all can adjust. Then they'll make the shooting better too, because the ball's smaller, so the shooting should be better. Like I said again, like I said, there's more room for the ball to go through. So they lower the rim. I don't know. But hey, okay, all right. I cut that little part out on that. Now let's go to the Seattle and Connecticut game. Yeah, because there's some people talking some shit about Flauje. I was like, son, it's her first 5 games, and then she's struggling offensively, but the whole team is in flux. She's in a much different situation. But today, Flauje was the MVP. God damn. Flauje Johnson, hey, she could still sneakily win the Rookie of the Year. Like I said in my videos before, Flauje Johnson is in the Drew Holiday archetype. Suspect offense. Could be a little inconsistent on the offense, but it could get hot. But can do a good ball handler, elite ball handler, good decision maker. Except in the fourth quarter. So like Drew in the fourth quarter would be kind of weird. But that's because he was doing everything. But good decision maker, good rebounder. Drew is an amazing rebounder, and fucking Flauje is one of the best rebounding guards in the league, like already. Man, I watched her get up over Brittany, man. She would give me that shit. Not in this game, man. She really be going up and snatching them bitches. And she has gotten back because, early on, like in the senior year at LSU, she was more of a gambler when it comes to blocks. And then she kind of learned to kind of stay on her feet a little bit more. But now I see her, she's kind of going back to her habits of jumping a little bit too much. But like she's getting them, it's working because the team's already bad. So I guess the risk reward you could already you could take those kind of gambles. But defensively, yeah, she is everywhere. Her one-on-one defense still needs a little work because she's not quick enough. She has a quick first step, but she's not explosive enough of an athlete laterally to keep going back and forth. So whenever she's like moving laterally, she takes way too big of steps. So my biggest advice to Flauje was just when you're shuffling back and forth, smaller steps. Because she overextends, and then when they reverse, she doesn't have that athleticism to burst back to the other side. So short, boom, and come back. Because like she's a good athlete. Because there's different aspects to athleticism. She's more, like I said, she's more of a Drew Holiday mode kind of athlete. Can do everything smooth, flowing, controlled, and can still give you speed. But she's not that quick burst like what's that other rookie? Olivia Miles. Olivia Miles fast as a bitch. I'm saying not nearly the defender that Flauje is. Flauje, man, she was all over the game, all over the passing lane. Flauje set records and everything. They said they had record number of points. I should have looked at the stats before, but my computer's jack. But it's what it is. Record number of points, record number of rebounds, record number of assists. She broke all of her records. Oh man, this is her best game as a pro. Right? It's only gonna get better from here. She might not put up the same. She definitely is not gonna put up the same stats consistently like that. But now that the team, I used to think missing Dominica Malanga has been a blessing for her. It's let her get more shots up. Because look, I like Malanga, but honestly, I don't really think she's a player that you should really just be force feeding the ball 20 times a game. Her hands just aren't good enough. She's getting there. And I wish her the best. But I hope once she comes back, she can work on her handles and work on her passing. Because man, the inside-out game between her and Flauje would be fire, though. All right, and okay, so I gotta talk about hold up. Okay, I'm about to say. All right. Yeah, so Dolson was bitching at Flauje on his when she made a bounce pass early in the first quarter, and this play concerned me a lot because she's supposed to be the veteran. Like you are a veteran in basketball. How do you should know way better than this bullshit. So Flauje picked the dribble up. She's about at the elbow, left side. Her defender was really right in front of her face. And then Golson, her defender was on her back, you know what I'm saying? And she had the front open, you know what I'm saying? And Golson cut and stopped in front of the basket instead of keep going like she fucking should have. The defender was on your back. There's nobody between you and the goal. I know it's in the women's game. Like, for some reason, when there's nobody between them and the goal, they don't take advantage of that. I don't fucking get it. Like it's the thing I've noticed a lot. Like, son, there's nobody between you and the goal. And then, because of the angle, Golson, she wanted to pass over top. I'm like, what you talking about? The girl's on your back right here. And then Flauje, because Flauje was also on her back. So the best way, so Flauje had to lean up and bounce that bitch. So I'm like, so what you talking about? So as your veteran, for a lot of young growing people, I'm like, hopefully they could, iron it out. Like I got a little worried about your veterans teaching, a lot of young players the wrong shit. Because that's just an obvious play. So catch the ball pass, go up, easy. But then later in the game, a similar play happened. Flauje hit that bitch with the bounce. He grabbed it, put it up. I was like, hey, well, look, there you go. Yes, give me the bounce. Give me the bounce pass. So that's like the angles. Come on, the angles, but they should do like a trigonometry course or some shit like that. Because I don't know, bro. Because another thing I noticed is something similar. Like when a lot of like ball handlers, they'll beat the defender, but instead of going to the basket, they'll come back. They'll just continue to move like they're on autopilot. I'm like, son, you beat the defender. What the fuck you doing? I've noticed that a lot, like watching these WNBA games. That's just something I've noticed happen more often than it should. It should never happen, ever. Like, ever. You don't ever see that happening. That should never happen. Your whole purpose of putting a move on somebody is to beat the defender. So when you beat the defender, go to the basket. So you do it. Or take a shot. But they'll dribble, like I said, like they're on autopilot. Like, son, what are you doing? Like that happened a couple times in this game. Heidemann did that. Somebody on the other team did that too. Like I said, it doesn't happen a lot, but it happens enough to notice it, because it should never happen ever. You know what I'm saying? Let's make it say once you beat your person, go ahead. There you go. And if it happens, there's always mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So it should happen a minimal amount of times. But the fact that I even noticed it once to me is just like what are you doing? You had a beat. Wide open passes. Go ahead. And one thing with Houston, with Seattle, why Seattle runs like the Houston Rockets style offense in some ways, because they shoot a lot of threes, but they don't really run a lot of actions to generate those threes. Like Houston, they'll just spread everybody out and have Chris Paul or James Harden ISO, which worked because Chris Paul, so second greatest point guard of all time. Yes, better than Magic, better than John Stockton, better than all your favorite point guards except Steph Curry. But Chris Paul's the best pure point guard. Like some one-on-one, like if you add up all the skills of basketball, Matt, that's how you really judge anything, any player, like any form of competition. You know what I'm saying? All the things he can do, all the things he can't do. Chris Paul does everything. Elite defender. Chris Paul's a better defender than your favorite point guard. And John Stockton's probably the only point guard in the elites anyway that's like comparable to Chris Paul. Like great one-on-one defender, like quarterback of the defense, like steals leader, like he's an amazing defender. One of the greatest offensive players of all time, one of the greatest passers of all time, one of the greatest ball handlers of all time. He's the only player I've ever seen make every single team he goes to better. His old ass went to Golden State, but that bench was literally 30th in the league, between 28 and 30th. And he went there, they were number one by a wide margin. Like everywhere he goes, he makes the team better. He really should be in that GOAT tier if it wasn't for Scott Fawcett. That's the guy. When you're looking for GOATs, you look for players who can do everything. If you have a hole in your game, the only way you can still be in that GOAT tier if you have a hole in your game is if you just do one thing so amazing. But there's no one like that, because Steph is actually a pretty decent defender. You know what I'm saying? Contrary to popular belief, he's been most of his career. So I say all that to say, you had that guy. You had James Harden, who's very overrated, but because of the whistle, he still had a great handle and was a great shooter. He had all the tools to take advantage one-on-one. So you spread everybody out with a bunch of shooters. You have two of the best ISO players in the game go to work all game. And statistically, that works. I'm surprised when people don't try it. But once again, you need to have literally the two best the two of the best players in the game on your team to do it. You need to have two players who can consistently win one-on-one. You need to have the rest of the players be able to consistently hit threes. That's why they didn't run a true center. They were on Clint Capella, because a rim runner who could, ram that bitch and hit a three, I guess, every now and then. But Seattle, they don't have those people. So they'll spread everybody out, and then they'll have people ISO at the top. I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? Like, so what are y'all doing? Y'all do not have the personnel to run this. Like, now, let's hide them in nice. You got a handle. And Flauje nice. Flauje handle is incredible. She deals with double teams so effectively already. Every time I try to trap her double, she always makes the right plays. She dribbles out that bitch to a good spot. Very good. Very good handles. Great ball security. But run plays. Run some off-ball actions, you know what I'm saying? So down screen, something. You know, just some off-ball screens. More teams should do off-ball screens anyway. But like, so do something. Now they started running more actions later in the game because they was losing. Then they started blowing them out. What effect is? Yeah, and so I want to talk about earlier with Malanga being out and how making sure you're teaching them right by understanding spacing, when to bounce pass, when to throw it. Because it's not so much that practice makes perfect. We always hear this. Practice does not make perfect. Then we hear the reverse. No, it's perfect practice makes perfect. No, that's not true either. Because there's no such thing as perfect practice. You know what I'm saying? That's not a thing. Effective practice makes perfect. Now might not be a perfect practice, but you need to learn how to practice effectively. So I say that for a lot of fans think tanking teams should just throw their young players in and make all the mistakes. Okay, get all the mistakes out. Like you're not getting effective practice that way. It's better when you have a structure around you and you could see good habits and absorb those good habits from simply being around instead of having to actively gain good habits. When you get thrown in, you have to actively find good habits because there's bad shit going on around you. When you can sit back and absorb good information, it makes learning easier. You know what I'm saying? So with this young team, like I said, spreading them out and standing around, I don't think that's effective. But like I said, doing what they were doing later on in the game was way better. I can't believe Bears is still in the NBA. Y'all, if y'all see my other LSU Oklahoma video, y'all should definitely go check that one out. That's one of my more watched LSU ones. Bears are so dirty. All of Oklahoma is dirty. Dirty ass team. Bears dirty. Her dad looking all dirty. Yeah, dirty team. Dirty. Yeah. So when I heard that name like Bears, and I heard her talking about from Oklahoma, I'm like, oh man, she's in the league. I didn't recognize her though. So she looks way different. Like she slimmed down. She actually got more of a shape now. Like more athletic. But Beers look like she used to look like a damn beer can, yeah. It's a beer keg, yeah, beer keg head ass. Dirty ass player. So well, she was dirty at college. Maybe outside of the Oklahoma. So we'll see if it was her or if it was the system or both, you know what I'm saying. But she did all right. Now she was strong though. She did pretty well. Melbourne. Yeah, Melbourne's finally coming on. Like I said, she's been okay, not great, but great energy. But actually, Melbourne's actually doing a lot better now, especially on a defensive end and with the hustle. Now they was winning comfortably for most of the game. Zaya, yeah, we gotta talk about Zaya Cooks again. I'm so mad I didn't put her in my props. Cause I wrote that in my notes for my last game. So I was looking over how good she was doing. If I would have, actually uploaded a lag scan, I would have remembered. It's like, oh shit, I need to throw her some of my parlays. Zaya Cook. But now I'm pretty sure the sports books know about Zaya now. Yeah, the line's gonna be way sharper. Cause she's nasty. She's probably the best offensive player on the team. Cause I would have said like Heidemann, because Heidemann's passing is so damn good too. Cause that helps generate offense. But Heidemann just doesn't shoot consistently enough for me. Zaya Cook is just the best offensive player on the team. She is nasty. Get her going more. All right. So now we're back to Lexi Brown this time. Lexi always wants me leaving more. Like, when I see her, she does some good things. But then she does so much goofy stuff, bro. Like just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And how she moves, I just don't like the way she moves a lot. It's just not strong, bro. She's just not strong, bro. She ain't. I don't know how else to put it. She's like, it's not even like weight rooms. It's just, so she got hit like in the gut on one play, and she was out for like the whole play. It was like a good 2 minutes. I'm like, son, what you doing? Get the fuck off the floor. Then they had to go to the bench, and then like, and she just. There's a few players like that. She's kind of soft. I don't even like use that word. I've danced around that word for the last 60 seconds, and I'm just gonna find her. She's just too soft for me. She's too soft. She's playing like son. I've noticed that a few times. Maybe that's why she doesn't get that much PT. She doesn't move with a sense of urgency. She kind of does the flop thing. And Clark has a little of that flop going on too. There's like no players so they just kind of flop around, you know. Like that dude from Golden State. What's that tall dude? Not the dude from Golden State kind of looks like that too. I forgot. He was one of the centers that they picked up. Gave him like a little 10-day to see what's up. But yeah, the thing is, when she's on the court, when she is moving with a purpose, like she can move. She can put it on the floor. She can hit that big. I'm like, she's got to get more effort in. But at this point in your career, you are who you are. Just personality-wise, one of these new rules to help out with the physicality, I guess. But she is not a fan of physicality, I can tell you that. Oh, what else? Ball handlers. Yeah, that's one. Ball handlers for some reason don't take advantage when they have a matchup. I like a good matchup. They do way too much like they'll beat the dude or beat the girl to the spot, and instead of like trying to lay up whatever, they'll pass it back out for open three. But like, there's not enough good shooters. Like, bro, there's not enough good shooters for y'all to be trying that. Like Connecticut, why y'all doing that? Like so y'all can't shoot the ball like that. All right, Cook, in the second quarter, but she had 10 straight points. Now Van Ligt was keeping Connecticut's son alive, man. Van Ligt is a baller, awful defensively. They was kind of picking on her defensively, but she made a couple good defensive plays for the most part. Yeah. But Van Ligt though, she was sparking them offensively. She was getting the buckets, and Connecticut they came close at the end. Because here's what happened, but Flauje made like a couple mistakes, bro. And it was like, because she was in the game for a while, and then they brought her to the bench. So they brought Flauje to the bench. Connecticut stormed all the way back. They brought her within 9. I'm like, God damn. As soon as Flauje got back on the floor, the lead jumped back up to like 20. Like, and right there, I was like, okay, yeah, she's still dark horse for Rookie of the Year. Because once again, she's in that Drew Holiday mode. She does everything. She was everywhere defensively. She was in all the passing lanes. She was snatching rebounds. She brings the energy. And then she garners attention. She has a gravity to her. So other players, even players with Flauje wasn't even involved in, like other players were just doing better. And I was just watching this like, man, she got that little it factor. And okay, she still has a shot to win Rookie of the Year. So we'll see if Olivia Miles will keep it up, but don't sleep on Flauje to win that Rookie of the Year. Yeah, she got the whole package. She's a acrobatic layup package. Talking about layups, man. She's already one of the best layuppers in the league, best finishers in the league. She can go left side, right side, and she has so many crafty moves around the basket. Like that is what you need for your pro game, and that sets everything else. Yeah, so what, her shot wasn't falling. Because people don't realize, like, Flauje is way more than just a shooter. Mid-range, three-pointer, like her passing was up, like such. Like Flauje is a beast, and she's gonna get way more assists once Malanga comes back. But Flauje, I guess I have a little time for NBA. That's be it for the WNBA. Except I hope they do well. I don't know who they play next. But check out my other Indiana Fever videos and some other WNBA videos I got. Like I said, I've been doing so much basketball. Hey, fuck with hockey. Hey, I got a couple of hockey shorts too. I'm actually about to do another little hockey video. But all right, as far as the NBA goes, Spurs, I think they're done. Experience matters. I don't like OKC. I'm not going to make a whole dedicated video. I'm not a fan of OKC. I've never been a fan of the Spurs because they're kind of getting karma because the refs always cheat for them too. So it's crazy. I don't understand how they earned that whistle like that for most of the regular season. If they don't flop, refs just give it to them. And the league cheated for them to get 3 top 2 picks in a row. Like, son, what the fuck? I was like, they artificially created this like rivalry. That was the plan. It's obvious. They created the Oklahoma City Thunder. Well, no, Oklahoma City Thunder created themselves because Sam Presti's just a much better GM than everybody else. Because like I said, there's only a few people that actually know anything about basketball in the NBA. It's wild how the players are held to such a standard, but most officials don't know nothing. Most GMs and shit don't know shit, or don't know enough. They know shit, of course, but they aren't good enough at their job to warrant them getting paid as much as they do. And Sam Presti just shows it. He knows how to look at players and evaluate players. Obviously, something he's doing is better. So the league had to create a artificial rival in San Antonio, but honestly, Minnesota would have beat them if they would have made it. But that's why load management is so important for toxic fans, and then convince Anthony Edwards he don't need to take a break. Minnesota had the least amount of starting lineups. You know what happened? They got fucking hurt in the end of the game because it's 82 seasons, and biology is biology. Toxic ass people who hate black dudes making a bunch of money. They just want to hate a whole bunch. They want to hate because they mad that they ain't shit in their life. Motherfuckers who can't even run on a treadmill. Talking about these dudes are overpaid, this, that, and the other. I'm like, son, you don't even know the amount of wear and tear that you have to do just to be able to run a court. So you need rest. So you want to bitch about load management or whatever. Now these dudes are the most elite athletes on the planet. You can talk shit about whatever. But they need the rest. And Minnesota, they banged up over there. If they would have beat, if Anthony Edwards was at least like 60%, they would have beat San Antonio. Cleveland done, they got all the floppers are still remain. Like San Antonio, they ain't floppers, but they used to get a lot of whistles. OKC gets whistles and they're floppers. You got Cleveland who don't get whistles, but they're floppers. So you got everything. You got don't get whistles, but floppers. Then you got Jalen, you got the New York who both floppers and get whistles, but just not to the degree that Oklahoma City is. And then you got San Antonio who get whistles but don't flop. So this whole freaking thing is silly, but I don't know. But it is what it is. I'm your boy Rooster. Wake your ass up. The Wallace never sleeps, baby. Follow me on YouTube, Instagram, all the socials. You know what it is. DJ Rooster 504. All right, y'all. See y'all later.